Assist your Muslim brother, whether he be an oppressor or oppressed. How shall we do it when he is an oppressor? Inquired a companion. Muhammad replied, assisting an oppressor by forbidding and withholding him from oppression. When you see a person who has been given more than you in money and beauty, then look to those who have been given less. Prophet Muhammad traveled to Taif, where he was subjected to brutalities. He did not curse them, nor did he take revenge for the humiliation. If he forgave and prayed for the people of Taif, how can anyone justify hurting people in his name? In a sense, Muhammad was less the messenger than the translator, struggling to give human form words to the ineffable. I asked the wind, why do you serve Solomon? It said, because Ahmad's name is engraved on his seal. Business is an ideal occupation for a Muslim, for a businessman is not a slave to others. He does not always have to succumb to the whims and desires of an employer. No better leaders guiding you on the path of Allah than the Quran and the sacred traditions. Only Muhammad's hand and heart are able to take care of the secrets treasury the human heart. If your heart is filled by Ahmad's light, be assured that you are saved from the fire. It is always morning, the caravan is always departing. All we can do is share the Prophet's prayer. O Lord, increase our amazement and set forth into the bewilderness. Allah has no partners, Allah has no equal, Allah the all-seeing, the all-hearing, the all-powerful, Allah the everlasting, who has no beginning and no end. Beyond our imagination, we cannot even begin to comprehend. Praise Allah, and upon Muhammad, our blessings we send. Amongst the friends of Allah, Awliya, the Quran is considered as a love letter from Allah, which inevitably is read continuously to remind them of their beloved. Hearts melt when the beloved of Allah is mentioned. In a nation where the disbelievers sought heaven from the idols, the messenger of Allah, Prophet Muhammad, taught them that heaven can be found through a simple smile. The Prophet's character was termed tremendous because his concern was for God alone. A fundamental aim of Mawlid al-Nabi is to attain love and proximity of the Prophet and to revive the believer's relationship with his most revered person. If I were to receive a pair of the blessed prophetic sandals to place on my head, then I shall consider myself no less than a fully crowned king. The strongest man is the one who, when he gets angry and his face reddens and his hackles rise, is able to defeat his anger, reported by Imam Ahmad, 5367, and classified as Hazin in Sahih al-Jami, 3859. The jealous and the foolish ones thought that they won after Prophet Muhammad Sabor had gone from Mecca to Medina. In history, they are only known as the evil conspirators, but Hazrat Muhammad Sabor is the last prophet and the greatest human being. The most excellent jihad is the conquest of oneself. Do not wish to be like anyone except in two cases. The first is a person whom Allah has given wealth and he spends it righteously. The second is the one whom Allah has given wisdom, the Holy Quran, and he acts according to it and teaches it to others. I leave behind me two things, the Quran and my Sunnah, and if you follow these you will never go astray. Leave me as I leave you, for the people who were before you were ruined because of their questions and their differences over the prophets. So, if I forbid you to do something, then keep away from it, and if I order you to do something, then do of it as much as you can. Feed the hungry, visit the sick, set free captives. No Christian shall be brought by force to confess Islam, and no disputes except over the better things shall be envisaged in with them. Muslims shall extend over the Christians everywhere the arm of mercy and kindness, protecting them from the exactions of oppressors. If a Christian woman enters a Muslim household, she shall be received with kindness, and she shall be given opportunity to pray in her church. There shall be no dispute between her and a man who loves her religion. Riches are not from an abundance of worldly goods, but from a contented mind. There will come a time when holding on to your deen will be like holding on to hot coals. The most excellent jihad is the conquest of oneself. The strongest man is the one who, when he gets angry and his face reddens and his hackles rise, is able to defeat his anger. This world is a prison for the believers and a paradise for the non-believers. The pursuit of knowledge is obligatory on every Muslim. Knowledge from which no benefit is derived is like a treasure out of which nothing is spent in the cause of God. Once the Prophet was asked, "Tell us, which action is dearest to Allah?" He answered, "To say your prayer at its proper time." Again he was asked, "What comes next?" Muhammad said, "To show kindness to parents." Then what? He was asked, "To strive for the cause of Allah." Kindness is a mark of faith, and whoever has not kindness has not faith. Much silence and good disposition. There are no two things better than these. Do not commit yourself to lengthy discussions of religion. Such talk only succeeds in making religion a complex and confused matter. God has made religion easy and simple. 4 things support the world: the learning of the wise, the justice of the great, the prayers of the good, and the valor of the brave. The ink of the scholar is more sacred than the blood of the martyr. The greatest of wealth is the richness of the soul. Who is the most favored of God? He from whom the greatest good comes to his creature. Happy is the man who avoids hardship, but how fine is the man who is afflicted and shows endurance. A good deed done to an animal is as meritorious as a good deed done to a human being, while an act of cruelty to an animal is as bad as an act of cruelty to a human being. The most perfect man in his faith among the believers in the one whose behavior is most excellent, and the best of you are those you are the best to their wives. Allah is gentle and loves gentleness in all matters. Love Allah for what He nourishes you with of His blessings. Love me due to the love of Allah, and love the people of my house due to your love of me. Whoever Allah wants good for him, He puts them to test. He puts them through difficulties, like a diamond or gold that has to be burnt after which anything bad from it is removed, so that what you have is the pure diamond or the pure gold. A person will be with those whom he loves. Do not turn away a poor man, even if all you can give is half a date. If you love the poor and bring them near you, Allah will bring you near Him on the day of resurrection. There is nothing like marriage for the two who love one another. It is better to sit alone than in company with the bad, and it is better still to sit with the good than alone. It is better to speak to a seeker of knowledge than to remain silent, but silence is better than idle words.